Hello and welcome to yet another amazing episode. My name is Jacinta and today I'll be talking to you about why they chose you. So karibu. So why did they choose you? Because you are not randomly picked. I know you're asking yourself, what is she even talking about? Yes, it's not the very good people, or it's not that you were chosen because you're a politician. I'm talking about why your abusive or toxic ex chose you. And why have you been attracting all the unhealthy people in your life? Why are you getting people who just use you and then maybe dump you or you leave them? It's all according to your case. So today I'll be telling you exactly why. Like I said, this month is all about the big burning questions that have been asked. And if you still have another question that you feel like I need to address, please feel free to either comment down below or DM me. Whichever one works for you, I'll be glad to answer you like I am right now. So I've been asked, what is it about me? Why do I attract these people? Do I look like somebody who has so much to give? Do I look like I am very rich? Why is it? What is wrong with me? So if you have ever found yourself asking yourself this question, then this episode is for you. Let me just start by saying that you are not randomly picked. How is that? You are not randomly picked. You are actually chosen because of something that you have. Toxic or abusive people are drawn to you for a reason. It's like bee to pollen. Yes, that's how it is. They were drawn to a light. You might be thinking, I'm beautiful, I'm successful, I have all the money in the world. Why can't I find good people? Why can't the good people get attracted to me? Why am I getting losers? Why am I getting toxic people getting in my space? Well, this is why. Number one, you're a people pleaser. What do I mean by that? You're the good girl, the one who doesn't like to hurt people, the one who always sees the potential in people. And so you will have somebody come into your space or your life and they will be telling you a pity story somewhere of their life, and you'll be like, but I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to hurt them. Well, let me just say this. We say a very simple equation here. Pleasing equals to abuse. Abusing. Please equals to abuse. People pleasing equals to people abusing you, your trust, your confidence in them. And this is not just for intimate people in your life, but also even your friends. You're the one who everybody runs to, and you always feel a little resentful and angry, like they are walking all over you. That is the very same thing, or it's simply people pleasing. It's simply you not being able to just stand up for yourself and say, hey, I do not want this, or this is not what I want in a partner, or I do not want to be building someone. I do not want to always have project people around my life. Yeah. So that is one of the reasons why. If you ever considered yourself to be a good girl, if you always consider yourself to be somebody who always wants to help, or wants to take care of other people at your own expense, then you'll be attracting this sort of a person. Another person is a person with, or if you have zero to shaky boundaries. Boundaries are everything. Boundaries are the core of our existence. They are what defines you and what defines me. They are where you start and end and where I start and end. If you cannot be able to define that, then you have people pushing them. If you cannot be able to say, hey, I will not be able to take this. If you're in a relationship where if I ask you, what has this person not ever done to you? They have cheated on you, they have been disrespecting you, they have been hitting you, they have been emotionally abusing you. Every sort of thing that has to be broken has been broken. So do you have any boundaries there? If you do have any, how much can they push? Do they lie to you today? Do they do something today, and then you think, okay, this is the last one, and then they still do it again, and you forgive, and so they keep pushing and pushing and pushing the boundaries. Then you're a candidate for people to abuse you. You're the perfect candidate of toxic people. You need to look into that. Your boundaries need to define who you are. They need to define what you can take and what you cannot take. They need to define what you can stand and put up with and what you cannot. So that is something else worth noting. Your boundaries and how much of them you have, and just define them. That means that you can be able to define them about yourself. You begin to, and you will see, they mean that you have not been able to have any boundaries and you start setting boundaries, so many people are going to just fall off from your life. The excess baggages falls off. People who are benefiting from you not having these boundaries fall off. So that is another good reason why, yeah. Another thing, and I used to fall here and I still do, but now I'm more self-aware, is, are you an empath? Most empaths, like myself, we care deeply. We care so much for people. But remember, there's a difference between a healthy empath and the opposite is actually a codependent. I know this is a technical or a more heavier term, but what a codependent means, it's somebody who cares so much about other people's needs that they forget or neglect their own. And whereas there's a slight, all of them, both of them are really caring people. One of them has boundaries, the other one doesn't. One of them knows that I can care about you, your problems, and they can, and not get affected by them. The other one takes up the load of this other person and feels like it is their responsibility to do something to help. Yeah. So you just being an empath, and an empath without boundaries is making you a magnet for the toxic people to just sniff around you and to just come and suck and take from you. So you need to understand this very simple thing. You can be an empath, you can care and not get affected. You can care and not really get into the chaos of the other person's life. You can still care that your partner has gone through a rough childhood and not feel obligated to try and fix them. Yeah, because that's what sometimes codependent or unhealthy empaths do. We try and fix. But there is hope. It means that you just have to come home to yourself, come home to being an empath. Learning that you do not have to neglect your own needs, learning that you can be vocal about your own needs and about what you like and what you do not like, which leads us to our point number 4. Most abusive and toxic people thrive under the cover of secrecy. If you cannot be able to air out what this person is doing to you, if you're not in a position to, you feel the need to cover, and this is something that we were taught, especially as a Kenyan girl or an African girl, as women, we're always taught to protect our spouses and our partners and cover for them. Then you go on dying inside, but then this person is thriving. They're being able to abuse because they know you will not do anything about it. And that makes you a huge magnet to this sort of people, because they rely on your on your need, on the need of you not being able to expose them, for them to continue isolating you, abusing you. Remember, these are people who will isolate you, and they will take you away from people who might be in a position to help you. If you come to me and tell me, hey, my spouse is doing, or my partner is doing this and this, my boyfriend is doing this and this, I'll be able to tell you, hey, the person is not supposed to act in this way. But when you're just there, we ask you, is everything okay? Yes, we are good, we are happy. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. How will you ever be able to receive any help? Yeah. So that is another thing. You really need to just come out and speak out, at least not to the whole world, but to the people who really care for you and people who are in a position to help you. It's also noted that There are very many women who have even been killed by their intimate partners, and people never even knew that they were going through all these horrors. They were never going through all this pain. And then people come out and start saying, why did she not say? Why did she not, we could have helped. So you have to come out and say and talk about it for people to actually be able to see this and be able to help. Yeah, that is another thing. On to the very last point as to why you are a magnet for toxic people. It's something that I've spoken about previously and in very many other videos. It's something that I'm huge on, and that is self-awareness. Self-awareness, who are you as a person? What can you take? What can you not take? If you do not know who you are as a person, you're going to learn it. You're going to learn and to hear it from the very wrong sources. Don't forget, and if you have not gone back to that previous video where I talked about the difference between an abuser and a narcissist, they have these needs. They have a need. One has a need for control. The other one has a need for admiration or just to be seen as superior. So how will they be able to achieve this? Either by stomping all over you, criticizing you, just downgrading you, humiliating you. And you can imagine if somebody keeps making you feel like this and telling you that they're trying to show you this image of who they want you to see yourself as. But is that who you really are? So they will be able to very well abuse you and just do all the evils to you because you do not know who you are. And I always insist, know yourself, know what works for you to be able to attract better. So unless you're able to figure this point out, you'll only be able to attract all the wrong people. So I hope I answered this question, and I'm looking forward to answering more of your questions in the next episode. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share this video, as well as subscribe if it's your first time. If you're a returning subscriber, a huge asante, thank you. And see you in the next video. Bye-bye.